Alright, hi everybody, welcome back to another video. I went to Springfield, Illinois. Again, I went over Thanksgiving break and now it's Christmas break. I did not have as best of luck as I usually do. And I think it's because I did not wait a full cycle for the tags to I guess, some of the stuff that was in the stores I had seen over Thanksgiving break when I went. So therefore, it wasn't all new inventory, and when it's all new inventory, I often get half off tags I haven't seen before, and so I didn't get as much as I saw, but I found some. I went to a new store, and I found one of my top finds of this year, top find favorite. So I will get to that later, but first I want to start off with one thing. This has been in my death pile for over a year now. As you can probably tell, it is a Burberry. It's Burberry Brit size small, and it's a quilted coat. So I gave my sister this for Christmas, and she liked it, but she's just I just do not want to wear a Burberry coat. So I got her a pair of jeans instead. But this did have some tears. I paid, it was marked at $30 at Goodwill, but because of this tear here and down here, I was able to get them to $25, which for a Burberry coat like that is a fantastic deal with the Nova check. So and I was intending for it to get repaired. I was I will repair, I will take it to a repair shop and get it repaired. I haven't done that. This has been just sitting for a year now, and I have not got it repaired. And I'm okay, you're not gonna get it repaired, so just to let it as is, and I'll probably expect $100 for this. Yeah, I'm making a mission. Everything in 2023, that I've sourced will be listed, and I will have nothing in my death pile from 2023, because I've had some flawed items for a year, a Jenny Kane top. I have a new pair of bleached mother jeans that I need to figure out something to do with. I think I'm just gonna end up dyeing those a different color. That's getting listed. Now here's a Springfield haul. So this I was kind of unsure about. So it is a Carhartt jacket. It's not a vintage one, it's a newer one. This is a men's, let's see, size 5XL. This is a big size, so I hope that will help it sell, but I'm not exactly sure. This was marked up. This was $9.99. So they do mark up stuff in this area, but it's usually stuff I do not want, like Express, Banana Republic, Chico's, sometimes not really J. Crew, and brands I just do not want to sell, and then they let all the good stuff just go through that I'm actually want to sell. So this was only $9.99, which I didn't think was that bit of a markup, and Carhartt coats have sold well for me in the past. I do not pick up, I pass on most Carhartt that I see, but I do pick up their coats. I have sold some two or three vintage ones. I think 3 vintage ones, all over for $100. That won't get me $100, but it probably will get me over $50. So, I got that. All right, the next thing I found were these patent Oxfords, and they have the leather sole, and these are Marc Jacobs, which I usually pass on his clothing, but his shoes and bags sell okay for me. Not the best, but they do sell. So they had a sole protector only on one side, which I thought was kind of bizarre. And when I peeled it up, it had a sales sticker for $300. So these were on sale for $300. They do have a leather sole, and they're $9.50. But I can't get this sticker off, or I just don't want to do that. They're a $39.50. They do have some creasing, but I'm gonna list them as is for probably around $50. The heels look pretty good on them as well. I mean, there's some just wear there, but nothing terrible. So I grabbed those. Okay, I got these, but now that I'm looking at them, I definitely should have passed on them. I just didn't look at the condition that well enough. These are Uggs, and every time I find Uggs, they're either A, marked up, or B, trashed. So I rarely pick up Uggs. I did get these, though, because I did like the style of them, and they were $5.99. The half-off color was blue. I did get some blues, but these were not. As you can see, there's like denim colored dye from somebody's jeans, and there's some shearling that came off there, and then the shearling that came off there, and some more color dye. So they are size 7. So I'll look up comps and see. I didn't look up comps on just about anything, so I don't know if that was like, yeah. Let me keep going. And from that same store, I found this J. Peterman size medium, like oversized blouse top, and it has like these interesting sleeves to it. I remembered seeing this my first time, and I think it might be new without tags, but it doesn't have the actual tag. This was half off, and it's like a tunic, and I like to say, I just didn't want to pay $6 for it, so I passed on it, but I feel like I would have recorded that, so I don't know why I didn't do this. This was a crazy find, and I'm not sure how I didn't miss this the first time, because it was a blue color, which, again, like I already said, I saw over Thanksgiving break, blue was a color that was coming out, and this is a Bolo brand, so pay attention. It's La Legine, New York. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Probably not. I'm not a French speaker. I'm assuming it's a French brand, but this also might be new without tags. But this was also half off, which is crazy because I would have paid $6 for this. It's just a striped basic top, but I can probably get over $50 or about $50 for that. So that was pretty exciting. All right, and then this was also half off. So this is Icebreaker, which does better than me than Smart Wool. Size women's small, and it's just like this base layer top. I remember seeing this one as well, and it's $5.99, but it had a hole at the bottom, which like isn't a deal breaker. I just didn't want to pay $6 for a base layer with a hole, but for $3, I was like, that's fine. This is their logo. I could probably get $25 for that, and I think it'll sell fast. All right, speaking of half off tags, these are Judy Blue size 29, and these are wide leg. I pass on Judy Blue almost 100% of the time when I see it. I just really just don't enjoy selling it. It hasn't sold for that much. I just like my more premium denim brands better. I do like listing denim, so I got these, but I don't really consider. I know people love Judy Blue. They have like a lot of stretch to them. The quality is pretty good. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I've just never been that excited to, like, list a pair of Judy Blue jeans. So I pass on them a lot of the time. And plus-size jeans, I think the Judy Blue plus-size jeans sell the best. And I have a hard time photographing those. So I leave them. And a lot of the times people wear them out. But these are a wide leg and a light wash, and I like the button fly. And they were half off. So $8 I would not pay for Judy Blue, but $4 is even a bit much. But I did like these, and the Buy Sold Trade store loves Judy Blue, so I will often take it there. Again, like I said last time, they did not have their 99-cent sale color that they had in past trips that I've gone there, so I'm usually able to pick up more, but the past few times I haven't been able to, but that's okay. All right, my mom, I did not want this, but she insisted on getting it, so it's a Peter Millar size medium men's blue quarter zip, and I probably could actually keep this, which I kind of like it, but I have this one from Lululemon that Kelly Schaffner gave me, and I love this one, so I don't really, it's a nice piece, but I don't know, it's a size medium, so that may be a little bit big for me, but this was half off of $5.99, but I don't know, I sold a Peter Millar that had been sitting for like a year, because the problem with my men's items is I don't have a buy-sell trade store. Like, once items have been sitting in my inventory for a long time, I don't have a buy-sell trade store that will, like, take men's items or a consignment store or anything. So I just often have to either, like, donate it or wait out the sale. So I had a Peter Millar jacket or, like, a quarter zip, like, literally identical to this, that sold the same day as I found that one. And I would not have picked, that took over a year to sell and only sold for, like, $18. So I just would not pick up that again, a quarter zip from Peter Millar. But there are some Peter Millar items I love to sell, like the polos with summer comfort, and I have a vest that I priced really, really high that I found that had really good comp. So this is Bowden, which I pass on 90% of the time. This is just like a printed dress, and it appears to be like a midi length. This pattern kind of hurts my eyes, but it's a nice stretch. This is a new label, and it's a size 14. I try to hold out with like new tags bowed in, but I really don't pick up anything besides like their dresses. I have seen like, I've never seen like their outerwear or anything like that. So everything else from Bowden just has not sold well for me. So I usually don't pick it up. All right, okay, this brand, this is actually a pretty exciting find, at least for me. I've seen this brand at the Buy Sell Trade store, and I know Heather from the Canary Closet, I guess like talks about it. So when I saw it, I was pretty excited. So this is Errata Silent Journey. And then it's like this really cute, I think, so it's like a flannel top. It's not buttoned, but it's like a flannel top. So the front is like a flannel, and it has like this like bleached, almost like faded manufacturing. I need to button this probably. It has like a bleached, faded manufacturing detail to it. Yeah, it's a really cool piece. I feel like I buttoned it up at least good enough, hopefully, but it's like has like patchwork fading details. It's like a tunic length. It has like a side vent, and then the back is like a polyester, like mixed media. So this is like very like Johnny Was-esque to me. And it's a woman's size extra large. So I paid $5.99 for this, but I thought that was worth it. I think that was all for the first store. So the first store was like fine. But if I find anything else in the bags, then yeah. All right, I typically do not pick up this brand. I don't think I've ever like saw this brand and I'm like, I'm actually going to pick that up. So I don't really pick up this brand. But this is Boston Proper, size 6, and it's like a beaded like dress. It was new tags. If it was pre-owned, I would not have purchased it. But my mom picked up 2 Boston Proper items for me at a garage sale, and I did not want them. But they both sold really fast, not for a ton. So I was like, you know what? I like the style of this. It's new tags. Let's try it out. So I grabbed that piece as well. I feel like there was another reason I grabbed it. Maybe it was a size 6. I don't know. All right, okay. My mom found this. This is a Patagonia men's shirt, size extra large. I love this shirt. These are my, I like the, brands, with, a small graphic on the front and then, a big graphic on the back. This color combination is, my favorite. I wish this was my size so much. You have no idea. But, I, love this color combinations. I like blue, green. Those are my favorite colors. And, it's, more neutral. I love that. This was half off of $3.99, shockingly. This was in the women's tops section, though. My mom just saw it, she wasn't looking there. She just, randomly, walked down the aisle and, I guess, found that. But I don't think I would have paid $4 for that. I usually pass on Patagonia t-shirts. The only thing that really does well for me is their outerwear. So I probably pass on Patagonia at this rate, 60 to 80% of the time. So my cat is, eating the plastic bag, and I really don't appreciate that. But why don't we go ahead right now and just jump to things that I passed on. All right, these were some half-off Doc Marten canvas boots. They were $4, but they were just really worn, and the canvas style does not do well for me. This is the brand Fleo, which is a good athletic brand. My mom found 2 of the leggings, but I just do not like to sell, more obscure athletic brands like this. I like to stick to my, classics, like Lulu, Viore, things like that. I guess sometimes Athleta, Spanx maybe, but I just don't really like to sell, the more obscure athletic brands. These are some Eileen Fisher boots. They look to be on good condition on camera, but they're actually pretty worn in person. Eileen Fisher shoes are probably one of my least favorite things to sell from her. They do not do that well for me, but some of them can do okay. But these were worn, so I decided to leave them behind for $5. But I'm trying to show you, but they were pretty worn. This Show Me Your Moo dress was hideous. Agree to disagree. I also don't do well with the brand Show Me Your Moo, so this was an easy pass. All right, Beyond Yoga is another brand that does not do well for me, so I pretty much always pass on it whenever I see it. Yeah, I've had a real hard time picking up or selling Beyond Yoga. It does not do very well for me. This was a Weekend Max Mara like sweater. It was shrunk, which was really sad. I think it was probably cashmere wool or something. Moth Anthropology, this was like a sweater blazer, so I thought it was a cute style, but it was white, and I did see some staining, but so I decided to leave it, just thought it'd be easy, because this is an older Anthropology. This is Hot Hippie, but I think this was like a diffusion line or something. Alright, these were some Lululemon, like, cropped leggings. Even for half off, I left them. Their low-rise crop leggings do not do well for me, so I left those, even though they're half off. Alright, Dooney & Burke. I've never found a Dooney & Burke bag to resell before. One, because they're usually marked up, but this one was not marked up, but it was really worn, so I left that. This was a gorgeous theory dress, and I would have got it. It was a midi length, but it had a tear, so I left that behind, but I would have grabbed that if it was in good condition, so I was pretty bummed about that, and had a tear at the neckline, so, yep, it was really sad. Alright, Good American is a brand I pretty much never pick up anymore. It has to be really cheap, but these were $8, so I left those. These are Kizik's, which is a good brand. I've only found them twice, and this is the second time, and I passed on them both times because of condition, but these had a hole in the toe, which was a bummer. So those are things I passed on, and, I mean, some of them could have sold, but I just was not feeling it. I'm sorry if you can, like, hear my cat, like, playing in the bag. It's kind of annoying, but sorry. Okay. This is Mizzen Main size large. This brand does not sell for a lot, but usually like $25, and it's a quick flip. So it's like just a men's plaid. Sure, it was also dry cleaned, which is a good sign. And so on men's shirts, I always check like the underarms to make sure they're not stained, and then same with like the inner collar. Obviously, if it's like I don't love photographing men's shirts. They're probably one of my least favorite things to photograph, but I found like 7 or 5 or something Loro Piana men's dress shirts, and that is a brand I'd pick up in dress shirts, but not my favorite to sell. Alright, this is just kind of like it's not my favorite thing. It's Eileen Fisher size extra large, which I like to sell Eileen Fisher, but it's just like a jersey, like, tunic dress. So I think this is like a periwinkle or purple color. And this was half off of $5.99. I do remember seeing this, and I just didn't want to pay $6 for it. But, yeah, I don't know. It's like, okay. I think I can at least get $30, but it's just viscose and elastane, so no special materials. But it's still good quality. I was actually kind of excited about these shorts. So I saw the print, and I was like, oh, I know what those are. So these are Lily Pulitzer, trying to find flaws and stuff. I found their new tags, which is great. Lily Pulitzer actually does pretty well for me. I don't pick up everything I see from her, but I'd probably grab it most of the time. The first 2 times I had gone to the store, I remember I had walked out with not a thing, and I was like, okay, this store probably isn't good. And then one day, it was just amazing. I found like a cart full, and then the past 5 times I've gone, I found a cart full. And this time I didn't. I was in there for like 2.5 hours and walked out with like 3 or 4 or 5 things. So like that's not good at all. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Walked out with 6 things, which is not good for the store. And yeah, I was just like a little bit discouraged. I was a little bit annoyed because my sister. So I think I'm going to go to Chicago. I'm not for sure. Go thrifting in Chicago next week. I haven't confirmed that yet. But when I was planning, I went on Friday, and I'm going to go to Chicago on Friday. So this video will be out before I go to Chicago, I believe, or maybe after I go, but definitely before the Chicago video, if I have one. And my sister didn't want to come to Springfield, but she wanted to go to Chicago. But she had work on that Friday that I went. So I had to switch my Chicago date. I was planning on to go to Chicago and then Springfield, so that way I had more items that I hadn't seen go to Springfield, so I hope I could find more stuff. But then I switched them, and I didn't find as much because of that, because I think they still had at least 2 more cycles, like 2 more weeks of tags, and then they would have been like all new inventory, at least new to be inventory. So, but I had like only like 3 weeks of new inventory, so I don't think I found as much because of that. So that's okay, but I did get these So if she does not end up going to Chicago, I'm going to be livid. But I got these Rag & Bone, size 29 jeans. So these were the first things I found, and I found them pretty early on. And I was like, okay, like this is a style from Rag & Bone. I passed on a lot of Rag & Bone, but most Rag & Bone jeans. But this is the Dre low-rise ankle slim boyfriend. And this Dre style does really, really well for me. And they are size 29. And they are a light wash. So I'll probably list them at $50. Yeah, these sell really well for me. So I was excited about these. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a good day. And it just was not. So, actually, I did get one more thing at that store. This is a Rag & Bone, maybe from the same person, size medium. And this is just an open, crochet sweater. My sister already claimed this one, my older sister. It's very Free People-esque, but it is Rag & Bone. It's a linen, cotton blend. So she wanted that one. And these are from the first store. I got these for her as well. They're just like a yarn, knit ankle booty. And these are from Seychelles, which I honestly don't really pick up, but they're size 7. They're sometimes sold at Anthropologie. I don't know if these were, but I got them for her in mind, and then I was going to take them into the Buy So Trade store if she didn't want them, but she already has walked on them, but they were half off of $4.99, so I feel like they would have taken those. I think they're a cute style, but yeah. And then I got these from the first store. These are Lululemon, and they're just some long athletic leggings with mesh details. So full length, high rise, yes. You guys did see me pass on a pair of crop Lululemon leggings even for half off because they're low rise and cropped, and that is not a good mix. Went today. This is a local consignment store. I found 2 things. This consignment store is outrageously priced. I mean, some of their stuff is just absolutely insane. It's never gonna sell. And I don't know why the person that owns it chooses to price. Some things are reasonably priced. I did find one thing. I've never paid full price for an item at the store until today. And yeah, which is saying something. But I have a picture. They had a pair of New Tag Deal 1961 coated skinny jeans for $107. I mean, they're just not going to sell. I don't have a picture of this, but they had a New Tags Lafayette 148, off-shoulder top that retailed for $300 because Lafayette 148 is outrageous. And they had it priced at $207. I was like, that is never going to sell. Never. They do not. Yeah, no. And what happens at this store is they do I think the most it gets discounted to is 30, or it's 50%. It gets discounted 50. And if it doesn't sell within a certain amount of time, then you have to come pick up the items. And if you don't pick up the items, then they go on to a special sale where they're just one flat price. And it's a price that she makes. And I believe she gets to keep all that, or the person that owns it gets to keep all the profit. Or I think, yeah, she gets to keep all the profit to that because it's in the contract. You have to come pick up your stuff, which is completely understandable. But some of the stuff that people don't pick up is still super expensive with the final sale. I mean, I felt Lily Pulitzer dresses for $20. That's the final sale price. I mean, they're not going I'm not sure what that's. I'm it's basic. I'm why don't you just price it? And they have been there for a long time. I'm why are you just pricing your stuff lower? I mean, you would have a chance. The Lafayette 148 top, I feel $50 would be. I could probably get $30 for it. I'm not even joking. Okay, and rant. But I found these on the sale rack. So these are Spanx new tags, and these were only $5. I was shocked that these were only $5, but extra large and Spanx still does fine for me, so I grabbed those. I do have a pair up upstairs of the Spanx camo full leather leggings in a size extra large. I washed them, so they're upstairs, but yeah, here's my receipt. This is $5. I'll show you it later after I show you this item. Okay, these are the only thing I've ever bought full price at this store, so I was actually kind of surprised when I saw them. They are redone jeans, and they are a button fly, high-waisted straight leg with stretch. So they priced Paige jeans. There was a new tag pair of Paige skinny jeans for $85. Like Paige Hudson is priced like at like $35, $40. Mother like over $65. Like, so like it's a bit much. But for some reason they missed and they were only priced at $14.98. If you can see on my receipt, it says redone, says 30. So I was really surprised. I would not pay that much for redone skinny jeans, and I looked these up. I looked them up, and the comps were good. I'll probably list these at $100. There's a redone leather patch, but for a straight leg jean, these do have some stretch to them, so I feel like somebody would like these. And the comps are actually pretty good, and size 30 is my favorite denim size to sell, so I was pretty excited about these. The last time I found redone, I found them at Clothes Mentor for, I think, like $15 as well, and those sold for $100, and they went to Canada. So, okay. Speaking of buy-sell trade store, I did hit up the buy-sell trade store in this area. I got an amazing payout from them. So the good thing about the buy-sell trade store that I use, I sometimes will use Plato's Closet, but my favorite one to use the one that I use most often is Clothes Mentor. And we don't have like a Buffalo Exchange or Uptown Cheapskate. We don't have that. We only have Clothes Mentor and Plato's Closet. But so I took in like a whole bunch of stuff, and they bought a lot of it, like not everything obviously, but they bought a lot of it, and I got like over $6 an item, and I took like old Lululemon tank tops, Lululemon crop leggings that just were not selling for me, and they took like a lot of them, so I was pretty excited. The funny thing is, I almost got those Lululemon half-off leggings to take to the buy-sell trade store, but I was just like, you know what, it's not even worth it. And it had 2 leggings of the same exact style, and they were in like perfect condition, nothing wrong with them. Those were the only leggings the only 2 Lululemon things they did not take. So I'm really glad I didn't pick up those up, or else they wouldn't have taken them. But with that credit, I did get this pair of mother jeans. So I dropped my basket off, and then I went to the Goodwill, and then I went to my last stop, and I said, if I find a pair of mother jeans at either of these 2 places, I'm not gonna get these, but I didn't, so I ended up getting them because I can't say no. They were priced at $22.99. I just paid that with my store credit, so it technically wasn't $22.99, but I'm not sure. I had like probably over $300 in store credit, but they just are a distressed skinny jean. I did like the light wash. I have sold this style before. It's the Swooner ankle frame losing control, size 26. And the last pair I had, they sold for $38 of the same exact style, but they were really beat up. So, I mean, all the distressing like was like ripped all the way down, and they were like puckered from like thigh to thigh. These have like the start of some like puckering, but it wasn't like terrible. Maybe not like my best decision ever, but I really like selling mothers, so I got them. And I thought they were cute. I made my sister like, so she did not want these. She's like, I will not wear those. But I made her like do an outfit, like try an outfit of like for this video with like these boots, these mother jeans, and then this sweater. And everything was fine about it except for the jean. I mean, they just did not look, for whatever, they just did not look good on her. I was like, fair enough. Okay. In this area, they have a Salvation Army as well. And I had not been to this Salvation, the first time I went, I've only been I've been twice now, but the first time I went, I was like, oh, let me just see like what the Salvation Army is about. It was so unorganized, and I did not find a single thing that I wanted to sell. And I was like, okay, I did not find a single thing to sell. It was unorganized. Like this is stupid. Like, okay, I'm not going back here. I'm just going to stick to the Goodwills. Now, I went back, and it was my best stop of the day. I'm so glad I stopped in. Like, wow. Okay, okay. Here's a clip of me walking into the store. So it was like rainy, it was dark, and I was like, whatever. I walked in the store, and literally at the front case is Hoka's, Stuart Weitzman, and I'm like, oh crap, they know brands here. Well, their shoe brands, they knew pretty well, and a lot of their shoes were priced high. There was a pair of Free People, like, mules for, I think, $8.99. I just don't want to pay that much. And then a pair of, like, Dansko booties for $10. So, all their boots were, like, $10. So, I was like, I'd have to find a really good pair of boots. Like, I would not have paid $10 for these. I'm not even sure if I would have paid $5, so I'm lucky they're half off. And I was like, oh gosh, this is not going to be a good start. They had like Coach, Michael Kors. They did a Tory Burch bag in the case. I'm not sure if the Tory Burch bag was real, but it was $60, so I didn't even look at it. And I was like, okay, whatever. So we go to their shoes. I'm like, okay, but at least, you know what? But at least like this time I was there, they had good brands. Like they had good brands at the store, and I was like, okay, not surprised because it's really not that far from one of my favorite Goodwill. Even though that trip wasn't that good today, it's still my favorite Goodwill. And so I was like, okay, like, you know, let's just see. Like, it's a very small store as well, so it's really easy to work around. I think I was like done with the jeans section in about like 2 minutes probably, and like at the Goodwill it takes me a solid 10-15 minutes to go through it. Okay, maybe 10 minutes, but yeah. So the first thing, white was the half off color. So these are a pair of Legends, size 29, and they are high-waisted coated skinny jeans. I have found, this is my third time finding Legends at like a thrift store, and the first time I found it was in 2 pairs in Chicago, but they were like really, really puckered. I would not pick up everything from this brand. They were $4.99 half off, which their clothing was priced pretty well. They're also size 29, and they are coated denim, so I feel like coated denim is pretty trendy. And they were dry cleaned from somebody that had the name A. Toma, which I'm assuming is like Thomas. So if this is you, thank you. See that? Maybe my guess is Ann Thompson. Or not Ann Thomas. These are the Marguerite high-rise Greystone coated jeans. So it has a style as well. So for $2.50, I was like, okay, great. I found a good pair of denim. I will not cross something off my bill list until I get it at a thrift store and actually bring it home. So, yeah. Alright, then my mom shows me a pair of Madewell size 25 petite 9-inch skinny jeans. And I was like, Mom, I have... Madewell and I, like, are not... No. I was shocked that she showed them to me because I feel like she knew better, like, to not. But then I saw this hem... And I was like, wow, like, those are really, really cute. This is called a, oh my gosh, is it it's, okay, it has a raw hem, but it's like, I think this is a released hem. So if you see that, and then these were also Madewell. And I was like, okay, the difference between, these are like almost like a wide, straight leg with a cute hem. And they're like a bluish, grayish, black wash. And they are the dad jean. So... And they were half off of $5.99, so I was like, okay, I want to grab those. And they're size 28, but they kind of run, like, baggy. So, these are a rigid denim as well. I'm not sure if they're 100% cotton, but they don't have much stretch. Yeah, 1% cotton, but, like, I mean, I like a little bit, but not... Or 1% elastin is what they meant to say. So, I was like, okay, great. They also had some, like, Free People, Anthropology. So, I saw that good stuff. Like, this store did have some great things. So I was like, okay, that's, like, promising. I told my mom to, like, look at the athletic wear, and she's like, I already did, I didn't see anything, but she went back, and then she found these. She's like, she's like, oh, they're inside out. These were $4.99, and they're just, like, a pair of leggings. Well, then she, like, looked at the inner zipper, and then she saw, like, that Lululemon logo. So that was pretty exciting. I think these are the Fast and Freeze, and I think this color is called Red Marlowe, or Marlot, I think it's Marlowe, but full-length Lululemon leggings still do well for me, especially the high-rise. These like to be a high-rise, so that's great, for only $4.99. I'm not sure, so they had their bags and shoes marked up. I'm not sure, I didn't see much clothes marked up, but I wasn't like, truth be told, I was like rushing through the store because, I wanted to make it to the last Goodwill. I found nothing at the last Goodwill. Not one piece of clothing at the last Goodwill. Not one thing. So that's why I was like, had I not gone to the Salvation Army and found one of the next things I'm about to show you, I would have been very disappointed. But when I go here, I'm not like, I guess I'm not really expecting to like find anything per se, but I definitely, like, I'm always like, oh, I'm going to spend good time with my mom, but I always want to find stuff to resell, like, let's be honest. So, yeah, okay. My first time finding this brand, I was shocked that this was half off. This is the brand Gani, G-A-A, or G-A, and then I. And it's just like this crepey stretch blouse top with a bell sleeve. This is called the Clark top, I believe. The comps weren't fantastic on this. Like, some of Ghani items can sell for, like, over $100, and some, like, can sell for $30. And this is one of the $30 items. So, it's a size small. Ghani. I'm gonna list it at, like, probably, like, $38 or $45. So, I was happy to cross that brand off my bill list. Alright, and the very last thing is, so I was in the dress section. My mom was like, hey, are you ready to leave yet? I hadn't looked through the tops yet, and I had done jeans, pants, outerwear, shoes, and I was, like, looking at the dresses. I had already finished one side, and then I saw Free People, like, ribbed knit, black maxi dress in a size medium. I didn't get it, and then, there was three dresses in a row, and two of them had the brand labels cut out of them. One of them was a ribbed knit maxi dress from the brand Page, which they're known for their jeans, and I like the style of that one. I didn't get it, and I'm kind of like, and then the next one was a cool KUHL, like, athletic dress, and I didn't get that one either. I think they were also like $5.99 or something. I didn't get them. I got this dress though, and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably ready to leave soon. So in between the Page dress and the cool dress, I'm assuming all four of those from the same person. I say four because of this dress. I see this black, like, silk dress, and I, like, literally screamed when I saw it. So this is Bia. So a lot of you are probably like, Bia, like, if you know, you know. So this is a beaded black dress, and it has, like, some tiers. It isn't new with tags, and this is Bia, which is a brand of Johnny Was. I found new with tags Johnny Was at the Salvation Army, in a size large. I could not express my excitement. There's a size large. Here, let me take off this tag so it's easier for you guys to see the brand. Sometimes it'll say Bia or Johnny Was Bia, or just, this one just says Bia. I cannot express my absolute shock and excitement when I found this. This was $9. I'm not sure if it would have been marked up more if it, like, had a price. This did not have a price on it. This is just the tag. This is Bia Collection. It doesn't say anything about Johnny Was, but I just knew. I've never found the Bia line of Johnny Was before. I think it's a little bit more expensive, so I was going to plan on listing. I saw one comp for $27, but that one had a super, like, it was a huge, like, it was a big flaw, and it still sold for $27. I probably would have passed on it, honestly, because it was that big of a flaw, but mine, other than that run, it looks to be, I mean, it's new with tags, so it looks fine. But I was so excited. I just cannot, honestly, I just cannot believe it. I have found Johnny Was twice this year, at the thrift store. Both times were new with tags. So, yeah, that's crazy. And then I went back to the Buy So Trade store. Over Thanksgiving break, I showed you all those Johnny Was tops. Every single one of them was still there. All that Johnny Was. And it went through a 40% off sale, which was crazy. And one of the tops, I showed my mom after, I went to the Goodwill, then I went to the Salvation Army, did not find any of the mother jeans, so then then I ended up getting these mother jeans, and then I was, like, looking at, like, their designer section, which, okay, their designer section is, like, actually reasonably priced compared to the Consignment store. Like, the Johnny Was tops are anywhere from $35 to $50. Personal deal, that's a great deal. All of those prices were 40% off, and nobody bought for one day, Black Friday, for 2 hours, and nobody bought any of them. I was like, why wouldn't you? I don't know why they were still there, but, like, not that I care, because I mean, I would have, yeah, because I wasn't about to pay full price for them, but, yeah. And then one of the tops was Bia for Johnny Was, and I'm like, Mom, look what I found Bia for a fraction of the price and new with tags. That's my favorite piece. And then probably, I don't know. I was, like, low-key, like, disappointed. Not gonna lie. So had I not gone in the Salvation Army, only reason I was considering not going into the Salvation Army was to save myself time for the last store they went to, which I didn't find anything at. And like that store I found it was the place where I found the mother jeans at the actual Goodwill last time, and I found like an Ula Johnson dress there before, and I found Faherty there for the first time. But other than that, I have not found anything good, and it's been like a struggle the entire time. So that store, I just feel like, I don't know, it just is not it. This whole like trip wasn't it, except for the Salvation Army. So I will absolutely be adding Salvation Army into my rounds for Springfield, because that was amazing. I'm not sure the next time I'm going to Springfield is. I couldn't tell you, but hopefully it's not spring break, but I'm not. Probably might be the next time I can go, which is like in 3 months, which is like, it's longer than that, like almost 4 months actually. So but I still got stuff to sell. This is gonna last me a week, so I'm pretty excited. So let me know your favorite piece, and thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.